This video will show you how to define a database within the Aditway application. First, select the Control Menus option. Then select Server Database Control. Then select the server you want to find the database in. It will list all the databases that you have security access to. I choose Test App 2. One database per server, multiple schemas per database. Perform a file field extract, which goes and gets some metadata. It'll display all the possible files that you have access to based on security constraints. Now, the first and the last file are trash. I use those for testing. I clicked on class and held it down and dragged all the way down to subclass. Or you can select individual files. I click select, and it's went and got all the metadata associated with your selections. Now you click on that row again, do derived connections. Now there's three different ways that you can do a data type matching. It's exact data type, which means the metadata has to be exactly the same. Decimal 5.2 to decimal 5.2, not decimal 5.2 to decimal 10.4. Vague data type match means decimal is decimal. I don't care what the detail is, it's going to compare. Floating point to floating point, so on and so on. Overall data type match, it derives the overall data type. Decimal and floating point are both numeric, it'll compare them. Mine is exact, because everything's defined exactly the same throughout my database. Database error tolerance percentage. This defines the amount of records allowable as far as orphaned records are concerned. Now, an orphan record is like a order header with no order detail records, or vice versa. It'll calculate the total allowable number of records and then compare that to the actual errors found. I do mine at 5%. I know my database is clean. You can do up to 10%. I click OK. It lists the files that were previously defined in the file field extract. I click all, or you can select individual files. I click on select, and it actually is performing the database reverse engineering and possible connection definitions based upon your criteria defined. I allow up to 1 billion total possible combinations. I will continue with this once it's near completion. As you can see, this may take a while to run, but this is a one-time effort, so just let it run. Make sure you're on a dedicated machine. It is now determining the database possible structures, which is actually the hierarchy of your database. Hence, company number to customer master order header, customer master to invoice header, so on and so on. This actually will determine the hierarchy of your database. Next, we'll show the actual completion message. And here is the actual completion message. Derived connections completed. It will show the actual date and time that the process was executed on. And that concludes our example of database definition in Aditway. Thank you.